Wrestlepalooza was disappointing, man. I thought this show was so disappointing. Again, you watch pay-per-view, and when it's over, you're just disappointed. This has been the worst year for WWE. WWE 2025. 2025 for WWE, man, has just not been a good year. I have lost so much interest in wrestling this year. I miss the good old days where things used to be brilliant. Where I remember, right, when you used to actually look forward to Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, the pay-per-views. I'm gonna make a video on this topic on how wrestling has really lost its magic. That's a word I always used to use for wrestling. It's magical. It's like nothing else. This is why I love wrestling. I haven't felt a moment like that in so long now, where it's like you watch the show and you're like, oh yeah, moments like this. This is why I watch. This is why I love wrestling. No, just none of that. Just I don't know. The last moment maybe was like the triple threat of WrestleMania. Roman's at Drew or Roman's at Punk, but Set won, and I didn't want Set to win. So, I mean, Jay Uso winning the Royal Rumble. Maybe that was one of my highlights this year, because I'm a big Jay fan, and he finally got a big moment, and I was a big fan of that moment. But this year for WWE, man, just has not been good. Just has not been a good year. I just have been disappointed after disappointed after disappointed. It's just disappointment, and I guess we'll start talking about the show. So we got like kind of like a cool intro where it was like ESPN with like WWE over the years and like different sports deals and like sports and WWE and all kinds of things like that. It was a cool intro. Triple H comes out. He says his normal stuff. Oh yeah, expect surprises. Yeah, and are you ready for Wrestlepalooza? Like that. That's pretty much all he says. Where were the surprises, H? Tell me, where were these surprises, y'all? Triple H was like, oh yeah, expect surprises. We're gonna surprise you. Main event? Where's The Rock? No. I mean, I thought it was like a 10% chance The Rock might show up out of it. 100%. Randy Orton. Okay. I thought Randy Orton. Yeah, okay. You know what? If we're not seeing The Rock, we're probably gonna see Randy Orton, right? No Randy Orton. Wow. It's just wow. And then also OG Usos, right? You're gonna get OG Usos. What the hell was the OG Usos, man? They looked like jobbers. This was not an OG Usos time tag team match as well. It felt like a bloody Raw main event. Then we had, what was the other thing? Oh yeah, Super John Cena, right? Last pay-per-view, John Cena. We're going to talk about Brock Lesnar, John Cena, but last pay-per-view, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. SummerSlam, he was Super Cena. Here, he was an absolute jobber. Let's get into Brock versus Cena. Let's get into this. Okay, sorry about the long intro, but let's get into the first match. Brock Lesnar comes out. Brock just comes out. Ordinary entrance. The stage for the show is just like every other stage. It's just a big LED board, and they had a LED entrance kind of floor thing. So, yeah, as you can see the image right there. These shows don't feel special anymore. It's just a different name. Every show looks the exact same, other than maybe like a WrestleMania and SummerSlam. This is going to be a video for another day, but yeah, Brock Lesnar comes out, and then we got the Cena's entrance. Then Cena comes on out with a bunch of kids wearing the same ring gear as Cena. I thought this was a really cool, nice entrance, nice moment. I liked this. This was cool. Then we get into the match. Before the match, of course, we get our introductions. Alicia Taylor introduces John Cena, and then Paul Heyman comes up on the ring, and he's saying like, "Oh, I want to introduce Brock." He gives him a high five. He introduces Brock, you know, the undisputed, the Beast Slayer, the Sea Nation Slayer, Brock Lesnar. He hits that. It was good to hear that again. The crowd says it. But we have Paul Heyman show up to do this, but I can't even remember if Paul Heyman stayed for the match, because the match went on for 5 minutes. Paul Heyman was basically there, standing outside in the ring. It looks like we might be getting some Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman alliances. I'm not too sure. But this match was absolute trash. We wasted John Cena appearances. These two didn't even have a promo in the ring. Face to face. So basically, Brock comes back at SummerSlam. And Brock attacks Cena after Cena versus Cody. And then we never got a reason for why Brock attacked him. And then Cena was like, 1 week after that, after he got attacked on SmackDown, he basically never mentioned him, and he went into a feud with Logan Paul. A few weeks later, he's done with Logan Paul. Sami Zayn, open challenge match for the United States title. Doesn't mention Brock, just says, I don't know what's next. Has the United States title open match. Brock attacks him. That was the only time that they kind of interfered outside of this match. No promos, though. Brock attacks him. Cena cuts a promo on Raw. Brock shows up to SmackDown, cuts a promo 1 week against Truth. And then the next week just destroys Michael Cole and Corey Graves. Yeah, that's what we did. We wasted a few Cena appearances and some dates, and Cena at Wrestlepalooza for a match against Brock Lesnar. That was a squash match. Cena hit like 3 AAs. Brock Lesnar hit about 5 F5s. Pins him 1, 2, 3. That's your match. That's your match. Go back, watch this match. Brock beats up Cena at the start. Then Cena hits like 3 AAs. Goes for a 5 knuckle shuckle. Doesn't get the 5 knuckle shuckle. Brock then hits about probably like... No, sorry. Cena hits 3 AAs. Brock hits 5 AAs. Yeah, that's what I said. Then that's it. That's the match. I don't know if we're doing this at Crown Jewel. Is this a one-off thing? Maybe Cena just takes the loss and he goes on to do something else, because people didn't even want this match. So I'm not sure what they're going on to do. Alright, this match was honestly pretty much absolute trash. So my overall score for this match is going to be a 2 out of 5. This only gets a 2 out of 5. We are moving on to our next match. 2 out of 5 for this garbage. The next match was the Usos versus Braun. LA Knight was the special guest referee for this match. To be completely honest with you, this was such a stupid move. He has big beef with both of the guys, and it just made both of the teams made the match really, really messy. I don't know, something weird. It just was a weird move. We should have just got a normal referee. Anyways, we'll get more into that later. Usos come out. They have an entrance for like, yeah, you already guessed it, like 10 minutes, probably even more. So originally, we have the Usos theme song played. It's so cool to hear this theme song again, because Jay and Jimmy, of course, don't use this anymore. So we got the original Usos theme song, then they end up switching it to Jay's theme. They yeet with the crowd for a while. They tried to run it back, and actually, no, they actually did end up running it back. They yeet for longer. I want the yeet to die, man. Jay Uso, please turn heel. And then the Brawns come out with some aura. I liked their jacket. I liked their gold ring gear. Looked pretty sick. Paul Heyman, I gotta say, he just stands there. You just forget he's there. He adds nothing to the division. Paul Heyman adds 0 to the division. Maybe some good mic skills. But Sarah Owens and Becky Lynch are good. These two are okay on the mic. But yeah, then of course we get into the match. I honestly did not think much of this match. I love the Usos. I think Braun Breaker is a great wrestler, but I just don't think he does anything else for me other than that. I don't really get excited to watch his matches though. Looking at Raw main events are always kind of just the same. Bronson I probably find a little more intriguing in the ring, because he does like the tsunami and like some crazy kind of moves, and he kind of has that more charisma and he's a bit funny. But anyways, one of the best spots of the match was when the Usos actually hit a 1D, like classic Uso moves. I want to see a 1D. I want to see a double frog splash. I love that move, where they both like go from like both of the ropes from opposite sides. They do like the switch frog splash. I love when they used to do that. None of that. It was all just alright wrestling. I don't know what was going on here as well. And LA Knight was just allowing chairs, tables to be used. Like, I don't know, what the hell are we doing here? It's meant to be no DQ. It's no DQ match, but the ref's just allowing it. Yeah, this shot of Jimmy Uso doing the Swanton Bomb is pretty cool. That was also a really cool moment where Jimmy hit a Swanton, and before that, Bronson Reed tried to hit a moonsault, but he didn't end up landing it. But overall, I just was not very big on this match. If I was to score the match like out of 10, or no, sorry, not out of 10, out of 5, my score out of 5 would probably be like similar to the last match. But at least in this match, I probably got a little more enjoyment out of it because it's fun to see the Usos together again. Braun and Bronson aren't too bad as a tag team. I don't think that. I think I'd honestly just strap these on the title and improve on their in-ring work and try and improve these two their wrestling as a tag team. But anyways, it would get like a 3 out of 5. Braun Breaker ends up doing a double spear to the Usos where the spot just looked really weird. I don't know. LA Knight kind of got in the way. It was a weird ending. Jay got busted open somehow. Then the Bronze end up winning, and that's your match. Jay Uso didn't turn heel or anything like that. And no like little thing with LA Knight, other than like one time he almost hit him with a chair. So we can move on to whatever else next. Okay, then we got the best match of the night by far. Stephanie versus Io Sky. Really, really good match. I thought that this was good, but it wasn't like the best women's match. But for this show, it was easily the best match. The first two matches were great. It was like the Brock match, Cena wasn't great. The tag match wasn't great. So I was like, okay, we're going to get to this. They'll probably tear the house down. It will be a banger. The show will actually start to get good. You know, I was like, when I got to this point, I was like, okay, I think the show is going to actually take it up, not a down. I thought it peaked kind of like here into the next match, if you get what I mean while you're watching the show. This match was good. The start of it was very slow and kind of just building up the match, but it had some really cool spots, and overall I thought that both women did an incredible job in this match. Score, as I have been scoring these, I'd give this like a 4. I don't think it was there as in like an all-time classic, but I would call it just a great wrestling match with Io, with Stephanie. Both did an amazing job. Asuka did not interfere as well, which I think is probably a good thing as well. You know, sometimes it's nice to just get these matches without interference. So yeah, Stephanie Walk here ends up doing like this really cool move at the end, like this real cool high flying move of the top rope. She definitely used that as her finisher, and she ends up beating Io Sky and becoming the new Women's World Champion. Looking forward to seeing what she does next. Crown Jewel, it is going to be champ versus champ, so she'll be facing Tiffany, Jade, or Nia, whoever wins that match. And then I'd say she'll probably go on after that to face Rhea Ripley. I need to take a sip of the libations of the water. Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins versus AJ Lee and CM Punk. Becky and Zed came out on this platform. Pretty cool entrance. I liked it. I thought it was pretty sick. It was probably like the best entrance of the night. They were like the only one that actually did something creative, I think, anyways. I don't like Becky Lynch's new theme song. It's absolutely horrible. And I'm sick of Seth Rollins' theme song. So listening to their theme songs was a pain in the ass. But they were both wearing like matching ring gear. They came out in these really big jackets. And then their ring gear, like underneath, just their normal ring gear, had like the same color, texture, pattern stuff going on. Anyways, then we got CM Punk's entrance, and then AJ Lee entered, and Punk was wearing some pretty cool ring gear. I like this jacket he was wearing. It says AJ's husband. I liked Punk's ring gear. It looked really cool. And same with AJ Lee. They both look pretty cool. We got into the match. The match dragged way too long. This match got 30 minutes long. Well, I was watching Wrestling Days, shout out to him. He reviewed the show. I agreed with a lot of the things he said about this match, and he actually said that it went for 30 minutes. Now, this match dragged a lot, right? We built up a hot tag for, I would say, at least 15, maybe like 12, 15 minutes. We built up a hot tag where AJ Lee was trying to get in. Becky and Zeth kept doing their best to make sure that AJ Lee did not tag in. Then eventually AJ Lee tags in. She does kind of like some alright offense. Her slapping and her punching, some stuff like that definitely needs work. Just a crossbody, Hurricanrana. Then she locks in the Black Widow. They did this submission quite a lot during the match. I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was like a terrible submission, but it kind of looks cool. Anyways, then we get like sharpshooters where Punk has Rollins in a sharpshooter, where Becky puts Punk in a sharpshooter, Punk puts Becky in a sharpshooter, double pedigrees, stomps from AJ Lee. stomps from Seth Rollins, stomps from, did anyone else do a stomp? I don't know. Manhandle slams, like they were just reversing finishers, different things like this. It went on for a while, and they were kind of trying to do different cool things and all this, which I was like, okay, yeah, impressive, this is cool. But I kept thinking in my mind, is this going to be the end? Is this going to be the end? I literally was just sitting there and I was like, when is this going to end? Because it was just dragged on for way too long. I think you could have cut the hot tag thing. Just build up the hot tag for like 5 minutes. That's enough time to build it up. Get rid of the hot tag, some of the hot tag stuff, and just do what you did, and this match would have been so much better. Anyways, AJ Lee ends up putting in another Black Widow on Becky Lynn. Becky taps out. Punk celebrates on the outside of the ring. Overall rating for this match, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. Becky and Punk, AJ win, right winner. I thought we were gonna go straight to the main event, but no, the Undertaker came out. And why did the Undertaker come out? To induct Stephanie McMahon into the Hall of Fame. Yeah, very weird moment, right? Like, if you think about it, the Hall of Fame is until next year, April 2026. She's the first inductee into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations to Stephanie McMahon. I liked the moment. I actually thought it was quite funny. It was just a random spot to put it on the show, and I liked the moment. It was a very nice moment. But maybe they could have put it on a different pay-per-view or like later to the time. But it is what it is. Then we got to the main event. Drew McIntyre comes out. Cody comes out. Neither of them did anything really cool for an entrance. Liked both of their ring gears, but they didn't do like a special entrance. This match starts how every single other match starts with WWE these days. They do the same formula. So Drew McIntyre beats down on Cody Rhodes for a while. Cody Rhodes had not a lot of offense in this match. Drew McIntyre had like 90% of offense in this match. Cody Rhodes had 10% offense in this match. I said this to my brother after we watched it. Cody did not do a whole lot in this match. And they were like, oh, Cody Rhodes is weak. Cody Rhodes is weaker now. Cody Rhodes, oh, he's a little bit off. The commentator said it a few times. He stumbled. He missed a Cody cutter at one point. How? Is Cody Rhodes off? Did you not just see SummerSlam? No. At SummerSlam, right? This doesn't make sense. At SummerSlam, Cody Rhodes is an absolute beast, man. He went on like to wrestle John Cena for like 40 minutes in an absolute mental match. There was like, he kicked out of like a bunch of AAs, and it just doesn't make any sense, right? So you're telling me, right? John Cena can kick out of about 5 AAs, but he can't kick out of, 5 Crossroads, but he can't kick out of 5 F5s. No, okay. Then Drew McIntyre, right? He can kick out of 2 Crossroads, and Cena kicked out about 5. Doesn't make sense anymore. And then they're like, oh yeah, you know what? Cody Rhodes is weak. Dr. Libations is weak, y'all. As CJX says, shout out to CJX. So basically, right, McIntyre hits a Claymore. He doesn't get the job done. Cody kicks out. Very good sell. Then, right, I'm just going to go through this match real quick, because I'm not arsed to sit here and talk about this match all day. Drew McIntyre goes for the table spot. He goes for the table spot. Right? And a few weeks ago, he did this move. And he can do that. He didn't do it last night on SmackDown. He misses. The referee gets in the way. I don't know why the referee gets in the way. It makes absolutely complete and utter no sense. And before this, the referee did also get taken out. Then McIntyre rolls him up, and you get one of those stupid spots. Oh my god, McIntyre almost won. Yeah, McIntyre basically injures his leg, gets back in the ring. I predicted this. I called this shot for shot, because that's how predictable WWE is. Oh, he misses. McIntyre gets back in the ring, okay? What do you think McIntyre tries to do next? Drew McIntyre tries to go for a Claymore. Which, yeah, okay, obviously he's probably going to try to go for a Claymore. His knee gives out. Cody Rhodes does a Cody Cutter, I think. Or no, or did he just do a Crossroads? He just hits a Crossroads. 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes beats Drew McIntyre in the main event of Shitpalooza. And that is all I have to say. I already gave my complaints. No Rock, no Orton, nana. Drew in the main event scene is completely dead right now. Crown Jewel, I pray, I hope that Drew McIntyre bounces back and he beats Cody. I pray. Thank you a lot for watching this video. I got to score this match. I'm going to score it a 2 out of 5. It was terrible. Not a great match for a Cody versus Drew match. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll have another video tomorrow talking about how WWE has lost this match. My phenomenal figures out. But one more thing, actually. I have been thinking about changing my name because figure content is coming up. But who knows. My phenomenal figures out.